crispy divine central mass vapors, and it is a wonderful day today. Not so much the weather, it's kind of boring and gross out, but just for the simple fact that I am alive and I'm happy, and that's all that matters sometimes in this world of chaos and confusion. So, what are we talking about today? And today I'm going to be pretty happy about this video because we're going to talk about something serious. We talk about this every once in a while. I say it in all my videos. I make it a point to always talk about fighting for our rights to vape and all that good stuff. Today, I wanted to talk about a few things that are, in my opinion, maybe some bad behavior, not like tis, you're a bad person, but just some behavior that I see out there that's kind of negative, and also some things that we can do to help the cause, okay? A couple things really right off the bat. I'm in a bunch of different groups, and I know when you mix like 20,000 people or however many people in a group, you're not going to get every single person in there on board with the right way to be or to get everybody to play along, right? And I understand that. But some of the things that I see out there in these groups are really quite gross, okay? I've seen like over 200 comments in one thread and people talking about how this person's mod is this and how this person's mod is better and this one doesn't hit hard, and people get nasty about it, you know? And as I read through this, skim through the comments, all I can think in my head is, man, if every single one of these people took the time to fill out one of CASAA's call to actions, or called their local people and gave them hell about vaping, or went to a open night where they had at their local town office or whatever, how much better things might be. One thing that freaks me out and it really makes me sick, and I'm sure most of my viewers will totally get where I'm coming from, and please, this is just one person's opinion. This isn't me shaming you or coming down or judging. This is just things that I see that I wish that we could change about ourselves and about everything, even me. I go out there and I put stuff out there that maybe, people could say the same thing about me. Like, why are you putting that when you could be doing this? But I try to, have a good balance of everything. But anyway, contests, okay? We'll see a person post about a contest, and in groups where, say, there's 300 or 400 people in the group, even when I had my group, 500 people in the group, and nobody comments on anything, and then as soon as you say contest, X1, everybody and their mother wants it. But even in the same breath, you see people post stuff about, advocacy, hey, do this or do that or call this or whatever, and you won't get a share, you won't get a like, you won't get a comment. But if that same person posted, hey, I got free stuff if you do this, people jump on board. Now, I know I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This stuff has been talked about in many other people's pages. I'm just doing my rant here because I gotta say it. And I probably even said it in the past. It just really irritates me. Like, why would you rather waste your time arguing with people about the stupidest crap when you could be doing something to lend a hand in vaping? Now, I'm sure that somebody's watching this and saying, well, I do that, but I also do this. And I'm not talking about you. This isn't supposed to be an argument. This is just me saying, you and I both know that there are people out there that do this. They bitch and moan on Facebook. They get involved in all kinds of vape drama, which is so dumb, They bitch and moan about this mod. They come down on people for doing this, and they have all these opinions, but they'll never, ever do one thing to help the cause of putting our fight out there about vaping. And that is wrong to me, okay? So, what I wanted to do today is I wanted to do a little bit of the work for you. And I've seen other reviewers do this, or other people who do YouTube, so this is not like anything new. But I took the front page of CASAA's website and I broke it down because they have a very good front page that says, what's it say right off the bat? 5 things you can do right now to save vaping. I'm not sure when this was published, but I've seen it there for a little bit. So maybe something could be outdated on it, but the point isn't exactly what it says. The point is that there are simple things that everyday people like you and I can do to help stop the fight of this crap, okay? Because I know that it, from coming from somebody who, like me, who looks at stuff and gets very overwhelmed, thinking, "Oh, what the hell can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I'm not anything. I don't do anything with, like, you know, government or politics and stuff." But there are simple ways in CASAA, SAFEDA, No More Casualties, the Vaping American Association, all these people give us tools to do what we, the, you know, the usual guys, the you know, everyday people couldn't do. So let's just break it down. I'm just not gonna, you know, we're not gonna go on and on about it, but let's just break it down. So, number one, send a message. Support HR 2058, which could save the vapor industry from total destruction. Now, I sent mine out. I've sent a couple of these out, and that started a while ago. So, again, because I'm not, you know, out there in the front lines, I can't tell you exactly when this starts or ends, but I can tell you that it's super important. And if CASAA isn't on their front line, then that's something that you should be doing. And it's so simple. You literally have to go onto their site, click the button to send an email, and they'll walk you through it. It couldn't be easier. Number two, tell your Attorney General that you stand with Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller in his statement regarding a reasoned scientific debate, or scientific, I added an echo, debate about the merits of vapor products. Again, send an email. It's right there for you. Number three, join CASAA. It's easy and it's free, and we will keep you up to date on information and opportunities. Take action to protect your access to vapor products. And it gives you the link right there to join CASAA, which is the simplest thing you can do. And while you're at it, go ahead and open up a couple other web pages and join No More Casualties. That's a really fairly new organization out there, and we're going to talk a little bit about them as well. But it's very cool, and it's super easy to join. Vaping Militia is very easy to join. There's all kinds of different ways to do stuff like this. So, number four, register to vote. Millions of vapors, including you, have the power to influence government decisions by electing candidates who support vaping. Now, we are in a world where we have candidates out there that are scary. And I'm not going to get political with you, but registering to vote and voting the right way, which is your way to vote, is important. So get on that. And number five, tell your story. Please visit CASAA's Testimonial Project and tell us about your experience with low-risk, smoke-free products like e-cigarettes and snus. So they have a place right on their webpage that you can fill out your story, okay? So having your story on CASAA's website or your testimonial is very important for a few different reasons. One, who's to say that your story isn't the one that changes someone's mind or inspires somebody else to quit smoking just by reading your story, or your the day you decided you wanted to quit smoking and how you went about doing it? That could inspire somebody else to do the same thing. Also, CASAA could then use those stories if they needed to create a campaign, to do something with those stories to help spread the word of people's successful journeys into quitting smoking. And it's easy to do, and it's something that you can be creative about, you know, expressing yourself, you know, be excited about how you quit smoking and how you went about doing it or whatever. It's easy to do. All of these things are super easy to do. Signing up for CASAA is probably the most important thing, because they're the ones who are going to send you this email that says, hey, blah, 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 today you need to do this. It ends this day. Or, hey, attention, there is a big meeting, town meeting down the street from you. You know, sometimes it's just good to have a body there. You know, even if you don't have something specific to say or you don't have something prepared, being there and numbers is a huge thing. You know, unfortunately, the one time when I was able to go to one of these things, I didn't get to speak. I had something prepared, but it was packed, which was a good thing. So I didn't mind taking the back, you know, taking a space in the back just so everybody else could talk. But it showed how passionate people were about this stuff. So CASAA.org, I always leave the the stuff in the description, but also the new campaign or organization, No More Casualties. These guys have created this campaign, and I don't know how it came to be, but basically they're talking about how the time is now. We're not going to allow big tobacco and big pharma and the government and the FDA and all them to tell us anymore how vaping causes this and vaping causes that. And you guys know just by talking to family and friends when they come out and say, hey, did you hear?
Hey, did you hear?
Did you guys read the news this morning?
And they said that there is this, that, and the other. Hey, did you hear?
And the other thing, you better go get checked for popcorn lung. It happens every day, and you see it and you hear about it, and people get obnoxious about it because for some reason they think because they heard something on the news that automatically makes them the person that knows it all, right? Forget the fact that most of us who are into vaping actually do your research on what it is and what's inside and what goes on with it and all this crap, whatever. Most people don't care. So they just take what they're told and they run with it. And sometimes it's not even them hearing it on the news. It's their friends or their friend's sister heard from their mother's, father's, uncle's Bob that this happens, and then it makes its way back down this little pigeon line, and then eventually it comes to you, and then all of a sudden you're dying of cancer. It's ridiculous. But signing up, registering on their site is free as well. You get information. You can submit your picture, and they'll go and they'll change it to kind of make it all black and white with the no more casualties. And it says, I believe it says, well, here you can see my picture right here. So you see my picture. So it's really cool, and I like it a lot. It says right here, extremely well-funded lobbying groups like Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, American Cancer Society, Cancer Action Network, and hundreds of other public health associations work tirelessly to demonize vaping while 42 million Americans still smoke. Meanwhile, governments across the nation are spending untold amounts of your money to mislead, misinform, and sometimes outright lie while rushing to tax, ban, or limit adult access to e-cigarettes. It's freaking crazy. I don't know if you guys know it, but I think it was like last week or the week before or whatever, in California, they had that big, huge meeting, and they basically raised the smoking age to 21. And then they went and they made it so that, e-cigarettes and even though how ridiculous it is, mods and vaping devices are now considered in California a tobacco product, okay? That is going to make its way down. Do you know how many vape shops and vaping companies are in California? It's just going to trickle down into your little town or state or whatever, and then all of a sudden, guess what happens when they start to turn this into tobacco? Then it becomes a tax. Okay, so all of a sudden, instead of paying $15, $20 for your 30 ml bottle, you're going to pay $32 a bottle. It could all be taken away from us in a matter of seconds, okay? But if you listen to the guys out there that are talking about this and that they make sense, they say it's not, the fight's not over, but it can be demolished, but it can also be saved. So anyways, I apologize that I keep rambling on. I just get so upset when I think of how many people are out there just completely going about their day-to-day and totally enjoying and collecting their Avid Life mods and, talking about cloud competitions and stuff. And not that that is bad or anything, or it's not a fun time, but think about what happens if it's all gone. And you could have taken the time to do these small little things, make an effort, and change the way things go. So, thank you guys for joining me. I apologize if this went over. I really appreciate if you watch this video, if you share it around, and make sure you're subscribed. I've got a couple other videos coming out that are going to be a lot more fun than listening to me talk about this stuff, but it is not any less important. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And stay fabulous because, well,